Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Daily High with your host, Matt McGregor and Tone Vays, on the eve of the AFL Grand Final when my great Geelong Cats are going to take on the Brisbane Lions. Good morning, Tone. How are you? I know you'll be watching the game.
Yes, I am very excited about that game, and you'll need to remind me what time it starts. And yeah, well, I'm not very excited about the price of Bitcoin, and we did absolutely want to bring you a show today. It's Friday. Bitcoin hit new swing lows.
Yeah.
And we have to look at the charts.
Yeah, Tone and I are both pretty tired. It's quite a late show, but we felt obligated to bring this show today because of where the price is. In yesterday's show, I'll start as I want to do on the daily time frame. I drew, if you recall, Tone, I drew in like this little funny circle last night where I sort of said in this zone is like best case scenario. The price at the time was like 113 or whatever it was. It was back up at 112, 113. And I said, like, this is your best chance for Bitcoin right here in this vicinity. As long as we retain a higher low above 108, maybe there's a shot, but I also said last night that I'm not taking it. This is where I thought we would pull up for a bit. I think that we're going lower, mate. I think that we're desperate to get to the, to retouch on this 200 simple moving average on the daily at that 104, which, goes back to, especially you can see it clearly on the weekly time frame, the previous highs. But all of that is really, really speculation. Just to say that we'll come back to the 30 and pull up here on the weekly. I don't know if we will. I don't know. But I know one thing, that I'm not buying Bitcoin at this point. That's what I can tell you. The copy curve is still on a pathway down. The RSI, I called that RSI divergence, and I'm sticking by that as it stands right now. Then the MACD is looking negative as well, is negative as it really can be. It's just not good. It's not good for the price of Bitcoin as it stands, and it's a real head scratcher with why Bitcoin's going so poorly, considering gold and the S&P 500. But as I always say, there's a silver lining. There's an opportunity to get a fantastic, generational buy. We come down, hit the 30, you get that buy, stay above the 50 simple, get a weekly green diamond or something of that such. Yeah, fantastic. 4-hour time frame. Let's just review quickly what we're looking at here. This is why I said I'm not interested in red wave green diamonds, Tone, because we had 3 in a row and failed, and now we've had 2 more. Yeah, look, it's due for a bounce, right? Like I can see right now, there's certainly a case that we can bounce right now and come back to, let's call it 112. I think there's a tremendous opportunity for a buy right now to bounce the price to 112 and then fail from there. So there's still trades to be made in this environment. But for someone like me, I'm just, when the wave turns red, I just put my hands in my pockets and start to look for those bigger long-term buys, the 3-day, the weekly green diamond, which will come if we keep crashing or we recover. That's as simple as that. It's as simple as that for me in trading. Don't overcomplicate it. Those short trades that I'm in are on, all the links in the Discord. I posted all these trades in their own specific area. They're all in massive profit across the board here. The Ethereum trade, the black line is where I shorted all these trades. I posted all these ones. The only one which is a head scratcher for me is the Doge trade, which I'm still underwater in. I don't know how that happened. I might have entered the wrong price because I put all the trades on at the same time, and this one's still underwater. I think I've had a fat finger here when I meant to enter it a lot higher. I have to review that. The Doge one, I'm 10x leverage short on, and it's up about 75% at this point. Really, really solid trades. Just before I come back to you, Tone, look, this is the first day of a brand.
Oh, wait, you mean XR, you meant XRP. It was confusing. You said you were underwater on Doge, and you said you were
Excuse me.
profiting on Doge.
I'm underwater by like 2% on Doge, but I'm 10x leverage short on XRP, which I'm 70% up on that Doge trade. Great, excellent claim. You're a $300 deposit bonus here on Blowfin. Blowfin really is the best non-KYC exchange out there. Of course, we always have BitGet, which I highly, highly value as well. I'm coming back to you now, Tone. Hey, mate, what do you think, mate? Can this that pocket that I drew yesterday, that we're in right now, can this be a good bounce and we put in a higher low from the previous low, or do you just not see it, mate? What do you reckon?
Let me open up my chart. So I don't think, for me, this no longer counts as a higher low. I mean, it's just too close to the last low. The last low close was, and the last swing low was just above 107. We're now sitting at just above 109, and I mean, to me, this is already a double bottom. I don't consider this a higher low. If we stayed above 110, then I can say, okay, it's. I mean, I usually have like a 1% kind of, like even a 2%. Need to be 2 to 3% higher to be considered a higher low. And we're not there anymore, right? We're within $1,000 of the prior low, and that's less than 1%. So that's too close a margin of error. We are now in double bottom territory. And this current low is actually worse than the last one, because this one is significantly lower than the 128-day moving average, where in the prior one, you can still claim that we are within the margin of error of the 128-day moving average being support. Now, we will get an MRI. We got an MRI buy back on September 1st. So, around October 1st, right? So now we're going to come in on September 29th. So 2 days away from October 1st, we're going to get another MRI buy. And yes, I am going to expect this MRI buy to rally the price of Bitcoin, but I'm now only going to expect it to rally into the moving averages. This is basically my expectation. And, well, this I can even delete. And just like you, I would support around the 200-day moving average. Would create a lower low, which is fine. I mean, a lower low is okay, but it's this double bottom that's bothering me. And while the MRI daily candle, MRI daily buy can rally us, and there's a small chance that another snowball is going to form and start to roll uphill, we'll keep an eye on that, but I'm not expecting this next MRI buy to even be as strong as the last one. I'm expecting this MRI buy to be weaker than the last one, but it doesn't mean that it can't start the ball rolling. I go back to my video around September 1st and hear what I said, and I'm saying the same thing, only now I'm expecting a little less upside than I did then. But I am still overall bullish on the markets. We are still in a monthly bullish count. We are still in, the most profitable area historically on the bull cycle. I think this bullish cycle is going to extend longer than all prior ones. I still think that new highs are going to be reached. My lowest target for this bull run is around 142,000. I am expecting that by the end of the year, but if we break the 200-day moving average, that's definitely not going to happen. If we bounce off the 200-day in October, it's still possible 140 area with some FOMO. I like the fact that there was lots of news today that many long positions got liquidated. That's usually a sign that the bottom is near, when all the longs get crushed, and now they have to watch from the sideline as the price continues to rise. So that's a bit of a good sign for the bulls that weren't liquidated in that massive drop last night. So I still think that the top is not in and the top is coming. And this bull market can extend into the summer of 2026. but I don't see it going past that. In fact, I do expect maybe not even till the summer, like in the Q1 of 2026, the top can be reached. And I know a lot of people are going to be disappointed if we, don't even break 150,000. But it's very, very possible. So I'm still overall leaning bullish here. But if the monthly chart starts to, give me a red star candle, this red star candle is a little bit tricky. I mean, this red star candle did not lead to further downside, but this red star candle came in after an MRI top, and the top came in a few months even before the MRI top. So this red star was coming in very late in the downtrend. The red star you need to be really careful of is this kind of red star, which is not coming in the downtrend, right? There wasn't an MRI top right before that. This is a red star completely altering the trend. So this is the type of red star on the monthly you want to avoid. Because if we do get a red star candle 2 months from now, this is the type of red star we're getting. The one that came in back in June of 2022 that led to like 60% more downside or something like that, right? We can go and take a look at how much was lost since the moment the red star showed up. Yeah, 62%, close. Wow, that was a good guess, actually. So these are the types of red stars you really want to be avoiding. These as well, like all of these red stars you want to be avoiding because they lead to significantly more downside than after, though the COVID one kind of took place all in one shot. So we're still bullish until proven otherwise. And the weekly scale is going to give us a red star soon, unless we immediately reverse to the upside starting next week. I'm not crazy optimistic on that. But it's possible. Definitely possible. Other markets. If Bitcoin does go into a bear market, I think the shitcoins will suffer more. Hence, Bitcoin will rally versus shitcoins. And look at gold. Gold is pushing new highs. I think gold is going to be topping. I think this week will likely be the top in gold, but we'll see. If we close next week as a green star candle, then I'm altering my view on gold, and gold will continue going higher. So this is the week where I would be considering taking profit in gold, but I could be bullish on gold again in 2 weeks from now. Silver will be similar. My top on silver is $50. And that's it. S&P is topping here, which is, like I said, a bit concerning. Bitcoin has not rallied with the stock market, and if the stock market has short-term topped, will Bitcoin continue to do the opposite of the stock market, or will it now fall with the stock market? I lean to Bitcoin falling with the stock market. And that is it. Anything else, Matt?
No, mate. I think that's pretty concise. We're just in a holding phase right now on Bitcoin. I can see it fading really fast, and if it recovers, fantastic. But it's just not there for me yet, mate.
It looks like Ethereum's recovering today versus Bitcoin a bit, but as you guys know, I believe Ethereum has topped on a weekly scale with the MRI, and its future is new swing lows.
Yep.
Versus Bitcoin. All right, close us out.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for a lovely week. It's been a good week of shows. Tone and I have been pretty much on the money, being a bit negative on the price this week. So let's hope we're wrong, and next week we recover really strongly. Go the Cats tomorrow. It's a big grand final. I'll send you the link, Tone, to watch the game. I'm sure you'll be all over it. Other than that, have a wonderful weekend, guys.